Alright guys, so today's video is going to be all about foundation. So it's going to be my daily foundation routine as of right now, and then also how to contour and highlight. And these are including my tips and tricks and all of that jazz. I am not a makeup artist. I am not telling you that you're doing anything wrong. These are just the things that I think work best and turn out the best, especially for my face shape. I incorporated some drugstore products that I like, and then also some higher end products. Now, I have a video that I did last week that is all drugstore products, so if you want to see the substitutes that I use, you can go ahead and check out that video. I'll have that link down below for you guys. But anyway, I'm going to shut up and we're going to get right into the video. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So first things first is you want to have a really good face primer. Now, I've gone through a lot of different face primers, and this is really weird, but this is my favorite one as of now. It is the Nivea Men Original Replenishing Shaving, like the post-shaving balm. And so you want to have something that's going to keep your face really moisturized underneath all of your makeup, especially if you have dry skin. Like for me, I have incredibly dry skin, and I need something that's going to hold that moisture on my face so my foundation doesn't crease or crack and my bronzer doesn't get patchy, nothing like that. So this is my favorite primer as of right now.
Cigarettes in tiny liquor bottles, just what you'd expect inside her new Balenciaga.
Now, I am somebody who has a lot of natural red tones to my skin. As you can tell, I have really red nose and cheeks. I just have a lot of redness on my face. So what I do to help cancel that out, to give me a completely clean slate when I do my foundation, I use the Maybelline Master Prime. This is their green one. It's 300 is the green one, and I just use this on the places that I'm a little bit red. This helps cancel out some of that redness when I put the foundation on top of it.
Viral mess, turn dreams into an empire, self-made success, now she rolls with Rockefeller.
Alright, so now we've got it all primed, and we're going to go ahead and jump in with foundation. Two of my favorite foundations are the L'Oreal True Match Lumi foundation and then the CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous foundation. I'm going to go ahead and mix these together. Now this one's matte and this one's really dewy, so together they're going to give me a nice healthy look to my skin. And then I just use an angled flat top kabuki brush, and this is by Royal Cosmetics. This came in a 4-pack, and they're about 25 bucks with shipping and everything off of Amazon, and I love them. They haven't given me any problems falling apart at all. And if you guys are interested in getting them, I'll try to leave a link down below to get them off of Amazon for you.
I found a pile of Polaroids in the crates of a record shop. They were sexy, sexy looking back from a night that time forgot. Boy, you were something debonair in 1979, and she had Farrah Fawcett hair.
Alright, so as you can see, this gave us a nice base to work with. So to highlight and to conceal my under eye and to clean up all my edges on everything, I'm going to be using the Instant Age Rewind Concealer by Maybelline, and I'm just going to go a little crazy with this. So since you're using this as a highlight as well, you're going to do this as an upside down triangle underneath your eyes. It's going to bring more light to that area and add more definition to your face structure. Then you're going to go down the bridge of your nose. I usually do some on my chin, underneath my nose, on my forehead. Looking hot now. And then to blend out the edges where my foundation and my concealer meets, I'm going to be using my foundation brush. Then to blend out around my eyes and my nose area, I'm going to be using this little e.l.f. concealer brush. And this is just going to make it to where we don't disrupt any of the eyeshadow that we have, and it blends nice and flawlessly into our eyes, and it helps get the excess out from underneath our eyes, so it helps prevent it from creasing, which is awesome because that's my biggest issue.
Do you remember the taste of my lips that night?
have our concealer down, I'm going to go ahead and set my concealer first. So I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, and I'm going to be mixing this banana shade. Is going to be mostly underneath my eyes, but for everywhere else that I put the concealer, I'm going to be mixing the banana shade and the vanilla shade. And I'm taking a tapered kabuki brush this time from the same kit. I just like to load up my brush and press it into my skin. Do not rub it. That wipes off your concealer.
Through the wall that separated the dining room, and I remember the fear in your eyes the very first time we snuck.
Alright, and then to set the rest of my face, I'm going to be using the Almay Smart Shade Smart Balance Powder, and this is in their light shade. Instead of using a brush for this, now this is a technique that I absolutely love, so I'm going to be using this little flat majigger thing, and then you're just going to press that into your foundation all over the places where you did not put the lighter powder. This will just give us that extra bit of coverage, help get rid of the look of cakiness. Alright, so now moving on to the bronzing and contouring. Now this is where everybody has the misconception to suck in their cheeks like a fish. Now, when I do that, it gives me an angle down on my face. Now, that does not give you the same effect that you're going to want when you're highlighting and contouring. I like to tilt my face down, and it shows the edge of where my highlight is. So not the fake highlight that we put on, the natural highlight of where light hits my cheek. So when I tilt down, I see this natural line that goes to about here. This is what you're going to want to bronze and contour, because if you go too far in, it makes your face look muddy. If you go too far down, it makes your face look muddy and messy and sloppy. So in order to find the best line, you're going to want to tilt your face down. It'll hit the shadow, and you'll see it right underneath here. Now, if you need to here, you can suck in your cheeks a little bit, and it'll help give you a better idea of where that shadow is. But for my face shape, I find that this works the best for me. So I'm going to go ahead and use that same palette that I've been using from Anastasia, and I'm going to take this first shade here. Now this is what I'm going to be using to bronze. Another thing is, a lot of people mix up bronzing and contouring. Bronzing is adding warmth and kind of deepening your skin tone without making your face look like a mask, like without changing your shade of foundation. This is just going to give you a nice sun-kissed glow like you've been in the sun. Now, contouring is something that you do that has more of an ash shade to it, and it's going to give you more of a shadow. With this one, I go back and forth a couple times and then always tap off the excess. Tilt your head down. I like to flatten my brush a little bit just to give me a more concentrated area of where I'm going to put it first, and then I'll blend it up. Never blend it down. That is going to make your face look muddy. So I'll first go on with it this direction. Oh, and this is by BH Cosmetics. Like this. And then I'll flip it this way to blend it. And then you're just going to repeat this until it gets to the same kind of bronziness that you want. You're also going to want to do your forehead. Now, I don't have a crazy big forehead, but I like to give more of an edge to make my face look more slender and defined. So I do not go all the way up. If you have a bigger forehead, you can pull that off. I look ridiculous with that. So I like to just go to about here, and it's more intense there. So it's almost like I'm concentrating here, blending it up and down. Then I'll connect in this area here with this bronzing down here. I don't put a lot in between, because like I said, if you put too much bronzer, you're going to end up looking muddy. Then I go down here and I just sharpen up that edge to give me a nice, fierce jawline. Get rid of that double chin. And you just repeat on the other side.
He says, ooh, baby girl, you know we're gonna be legends. I'm the king and you're the queen, and we'll stumble through heaven if there's a light at the end. It's just...
Alright, so on to contouring now. Bear with me. I cleaned my brush the other day and I accidentally pulled on this and ripped the top of this off. So we're gonna just work with it today. So we're done with bronzing. We're going to go ahead and go on to contouring. Now I'm going to be using this middle shade because it has that ash undertone that I want. It's not quite intense as I want it to be. So I'm literally going to just touch this color down here. This color is very intense and very dark, very pigmented. Alright, then you're going to do the same thing. Pinch your brush and you're just going to draw your line. Once you have that line there, you're just going to blend up with it at the same angle. See, we have our line here, and I'm just going to blend this up.
Sun in your eyes, I know you wanna go to heaven, but you're human tonight. And I've been sitting at the bottom of a swimming pool.
Now, I have an incredibly crooked nose, and it's really freaking irritating. It, like, goes to this side. So, I don't do anything crazy with nose contouring because it kind of makes it worse. I just go ahead and use this, and I pinch it and use whatever's left on this brush, and I just make a sweeping motion along right here on my nose, and it helps straighten it out some. I also shade underneath my nose. It helps give it more of like the button nose type look. Another tip, if you want to make your lips look bigger, shade this area right underneath here. So now that we're done with contouring, I'm just going to go ahead and go in with blush. And I'm just going to be using the MAC blush in Cubic. Now, I like this blush because it's a nice natural flush, especially for my skin tone. It's not too intense of pink or orange or any color like that. It's just a nice neutral shade. And with that, I'm going to be using a Real Techniques brush. Your space for blush, your target area, is above your contour, but not on the highest part. So you're going to want to keep it in this general area right here and blend back. You don't want to put it too far forward. I just like to dab it above that area. I don't go crazy on blush because I just don't like it to look unnatural, and I just do basic to where I don't look like a vampire. I don't look like I have some color. I don't look like death, even though I kind of already do. Moving on to the highlights, I'm going to be using the Carly Bible palette. I use this combination of highlighters last time I did a video, but not gonna lie, it's my favorite combinations of highlight, like ever, of stuff that I own. So I'm going to be using these two middle shades right here and just blending the two together and using this huge fan brush. So you're going to put this right above that blush area on the highest point of your cheekbone. I like to put it on the highest point and then bring it in towards my cheek. Not on my cheek, just in towards it and sweep back. So when the light hits your face, you're just going to have this beautiful glow. And I just freaking love highlighter. It's amazing. Yes. And then we're going to put it down the bridge of our nose. I like to concentrate on the very tip, and then I like to put a little bit on my chin. Okay, so using an eyeshadow brush this time, I'm going to be mixing the colors and putting it on my Cupid's bow, corners of my eyes, and underneath my eyebrow. Alright, so last step to that is just setting all of it because we don't want any of this stuffage moving. I'm going to be using the Maybelline New York Master Fix Setting Spray. Okay guys, so that is my foundation routine and all of that jazz. I hope all of these tips and tricks were helpful for you. I hope you learned a little something. Anyways, so I will have last week's video linked down below. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it and it was helpful. It helps it to where more people can see this. Also, click the subscribe button down below. If you guys have any more suggestions for videos, this one was requested. So if you guys have any more suggestions for other videos, I love it when you guys suggest stuff. Just put that in the comments down below and I will see what I can do for you. And if you have any other questions, also let me know and I'll try to answer you the best I can. Also, follow me on all of my social media. I have Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. All of that is Beauty XXOO. And I will see you all in next week's video. Bye!
California never felt like home to me until I had you on the open road.